Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Happy Wednesday. Today's Red Mic message is a plea or a cautionary tale of sorts about being real, about being present. But before I get into that, I've got a reference in today's Red Mic message that I did not intend was going to turn into a pseudo eulogy. Found out last night. Well, first of all, I do my notes and my semi scripts for these things several days in advance. So the timing on this is completely coincidental, but I'm mentioning a Val Kilmer movie in today's Red Mike message and found out last night that he passed away. He'd been fighting cancer and other health issues for years. He had lost his ability to speak, and doesn't change the fact that I thought he was fantastic. In fact, the movie I'm mentioning today is one of my favorite, sort of almost slapstick comedies that he was in. Um, but most people, will point to him as Iceman. In fact, I referenced Iceman in the title of today's Red Mike message. Or they'll remember him from The Doors or any number of the other, mostly dramas that he played in. Um, Bowling for Soup has a song called Val Kilmer. So um, rest in peace, Val Kilmer. You will be missed. I think I might have to dust off some old movies and watch them over the next several days. Anyway, today's Red Mike message. Where did all the people go? So, what do I mean by that? If you've seen the movie Real Genius, there's a scene in a lecture hall where eventually most of the students are using recorders. They've stopped coming to class, they're just recording the lecture. And the professor clearly gets irritated and upset by this. So by the end of the movie, he stops showing up too. So you've got a room full of recorders and one student, by the way, and a reel to reel player with his lecture going at the front of the room. So basically, it's a machine talking to a room of machines. And that scene used to be really funny to me, but now it's almost a documentary because with the emergence of AI, artificial intelligence, particularly if you're in the job market, it's really kind of surreal. Companies are using bots to screen resumes and schedule interviews. Applicants are using AI to write their resumes, answer questions. And I've even read that using deep fake versions of themselves in virtual interviews, which, that leads some hiring managers, am I talking to a real person or a bot or a well coded mirage or, like that guy who didn't know how to use Zoom, am I talking to a cat? And at the same time, job seekers, a lot of them feel like they're yelling into that digital void. Is a real living, breathing person reading all of this? Somebody who understands that, maybe I pronounce it supposedly, friends reference. I mean, basically, the reel to reel at the front of the lecture hall is back. And just like that empty lecture hall, the process to me is kind of missing the point. Hiring should not just be about a rote memorization or recitation of your skills on a page. Hiring ultimately should be about people, character, presence, fit, heart. And you can't assess that through keyword filters or a perfectly optimized AI cover letter. You only get it by talking to someone, listening, reading their pauses, their tone, their energy. That can't be replicated by software. Well, at least not so far, and at least not without losing something essential about who that person is and what they might bring to the table. We've let efficiency hijack empathy. What used to be a largely human process is now a digital maze of sorts, and both sides are kind of gaming the system just so they can be noticed, be seen. So we end up with resumes written by robots, filtered by robots, and evaluated by robots. So who's left in the room? Some companies are starting to figure that out. They're going old school, reviewing resumes by hand, calling references, holding in person interviews instead of Zoom meetings. And I think it's because hiring real people still requires that you are a real person. AI can be a tool. Don't let it become a crutch because you shouldn't outsource your judgment. Don't let algorithms do all of your hard work. You've got to discern things. You've got to make a connection. You've got to make the decision. There's going to be a cost to letting machines filter the world for us. Yeah, we're going to gain efficiency, but we're going to lose insight and perspective, and you might even miss out on that right person. So again, don't let AI be a crutch. Show up, be present, be human. It's not just better leadership, it's better life. And that's today's Red Mike message. Oh, and I forgot to say, these Red Mike messages are leadership and life lessons I picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. Again, don't let AI become a crutch. Show up, be present, be human. It's going to work out better for you in the long run. Again, that's today's Red Mike message. I appreciate you being here. I hope this has been helpful for you. Give me a like, a share, and a follow, regardless of what platform you're on. I originate these on Facebook, but I upload them all over the digital world throughout the day. Actually, most of them are automated. Thanks again. I'll see you again tomorrow. Don't forget, as always, life is short. Drink the bourbon.